For all serious inquiries for the purchase of Precise Pressure brand clothing, make sure to check out all the social media sites. And also, this is where you'll be able to purchase Precise Pressure, the clothing brand itself, for all serious purchases and everything like that, which is Facebook, the business page is Precise Pressure. And also social media networks such as TikTok. That is at Rail Wavy underscore Precise Pressure. That's where you can see all of the brands of the clothing and everything like that, and all the merchandise of Precise Pressure. And then also on Instagram at Rail Wavy underscore Precise Pressure. That's where you can see the brand, the clothing, and everything like that, the merchandise. Also contact for all serious inquiries for purchases also. So be sure to check out Precise Pressure clothing and purchase. WC Radio. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, that's good, man. So first and foremost, you done gained some new listeners and everything, but for everybody to know, where are you originally from?
Born and raised here in St. Pete, Florida.
St. Pete, Florida.
Tampa area. Everyone knows the Tampa area.
Oh, the Tampa area. Okay. So how long have you been doing music yourself?
I've been doing music now since I was about 17, 18.
Okay.
I was always around it my whole life. Got a lot of musicians in my family.
Okay. All right.
But I've been, I've always been behind the scenes on the recording part.
All right. So how does it work? Because you said, when I had hit you up about the video reactions and everything like that, you was like yourself. So you done work for other artists pretty much.
Oh yeah, I was, would always making beats and just to help them out with hooks, stuff like that, verses, and then just mostly recording and production.
Okay. So what's recording production? So they come to your studio and do the recording?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you do a little bit of ghostwriting also, pretty much, huh?
Sometimes, yeah, it matters who's coming in.
Oh.
But I do a little different. Sometimes I'll write some hooks and stuff and songs for people, and they use them.
Okay. So how many what kind of is it up and coming artists or and everything like that?
A lot of local stuff. Between almost every genre. I work with R&B artists, rappers, rock bands, stuff like that. So I've kind of had a mix of everything.
All right.
Jazz, blues, stuff like that.
Okay. So what's your next move?
Well, so I'm working on an album right now. I got a couple more songs complete. I've been working on some stuff with some other producers too, with some beats, and then I've been writing a couple myself. So just trying to get this album done, get it pushed out. I got about 7 more songs left I'm working on. But I'll probably have a total of 16 on it when it's all finished.
All right. Any features or just you?
Right now it's just me. I got a couple features on them already. I work a lot with Skinnessy, Little Stevie. A couple other ones that I have are going to be on there that going to be kind of like a surprise guest, but a lot of people will know them when they get to hear them.
All right. So what's the so where can people find all your music at?
On any platform right now, it's up everywhere. I got some distribution going where you can get it on any type of internet platform. Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, anything you can listen to music on right now.
All right. So I mean, you sent me pictures of the studio, man. I couldn't believe that was crazy. Which is a real nice studio. You built that all up from the ground up?
Yeah. I always had a studio. I was, I always had different businesses, somewhere else. And, after got married, I have 3 kids now, just had a brand new one, my 3rd one.
Congratulations.
I built it in my backyard so I could start teaching the kids how to record. And, my daughter likes to sing. My son likes to play drums. My new son, he's too young. He's only 3 weeks old. So we'll figure out what he's going to be like as he gets older. But I brought it here so that way I could record more, and plus I wouldn't be away from home that much. So that way I could teach them everything that I know. So they like to come out here and hang out too. And sometimes my daughter helps me record myself, my son too. So it's a lot of fun with it.
Okay. So what's do you play the live instruments into your songs?
Some of them. So some of the ones that you heard, those were made by some different producers because I was trying to get a different vibe. But yeah, for the most part, I use all live instruments for my beats. I do use keyboard too as well, but I'll put guitar, drums, bass on it. I've been working a lot with. I've been getting a lot of music from Black Lions and Buckroll, are two producers I like their vibe, how they do their music.
Okay.
They use live instruments as well too. But I do a lot. And I can even kind of give you a tour of the studio.
All right.
Let me show you. I'll show you real quick. Hold on.
All right.
Let's see here. How do I switch this thing around?
All right.
There we go. All right. So this is the mix area right here.
Oh, that's dope.
So that's where I run all my stuff. Got all my guitars that hang on the wall here. So I play a little bit different. Everyone, it's my bass. But then in here you got the booth. So drum set. Got the vocal mic set up right now.
All right.
So yeah, I try to do a lot of different things with the live instruments. I just like the way they sound.
Okay. That's dope. And you hooked everything up by yourself.
Oh yeah, I have a construction background, so I do a lot of building already.
All right.
But yeah, my desk, everything made from scratch. Kind of something I'm proud of. I like to do a lot of woodwork, so kind of makes it cool because and I've also built quite a few studios over time. I went to Full Sail, learned a lot from there.
All right.
But kind of something I like to do as well is building the studio. So.
Okay.
But yeah, this one was going to be my last one right here, so I had to make it exactly how I wanted it.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. So, what song did you record? And and you said, you know what, I can do this artist, I could do this music thing myself, myself as well.
Well, honestly, I've always recorded music for a long time. I've gotten better as I progressed. But I just never released anything, and everyone used to tell me I needed to put it out there. When I was 18, 19, I used to do shows a lot, started traveling a little bit, was starting to create a buzz, and then ended up just kind of sticking with the production side, so I could kind of just put that to the side. But I always recorded stuff, for a long time, just never released them. I have probably a good 100-something songs that I've, worked on over the years that I just never put out, and then I had some people get a hold of me that kind of convinced me to do it, start moving it, and the last 6 months is all I've been really putting it out there at, and it's starting to get a lot of buzz and play. So I'm kind of ready to take it to the next level. But yeah, just everyone was always telling me I need to put it out there, and I finally did. So it's kind of taken off a little bit. It's been a lot of fun, especially the last couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Cause it's. And that's one thing about my channel is like I like artists that everybody don't know yet, and it's always the up and coming artists. It's always like music sound way better than mainstream right now. So it's like, so when you finally get to mainstream, it's like, I've seen people come from being up and coming to actually having a little bit of mainstream play, and it's like, and I'm like, you know what, I like to see that right there. And it's like a lot of people always played the background. Some play the background a lot, far as production wise and everything, but when they finally put themselves in the forefront, that's when they was like, okay, hold on, wait, you realize like, hey, if I wrote this for him and I did this for that person, I can do everything too. So yeah, that's when I first heard your first songs you had sent me. Well, I heard myself, Scars. That was yeah. I was like, yeah, you know what? Hold on, let me message him. If he reply back, he reply back. If you don't, you don't. Cool. So when you did reply back, what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I want.
Well, that's one of my favorites right there. Scars.
Oh.
Scars and Still are two of my favorites. I kind of, when I write music, I kind of, what I'm going through at the time. I've been going through a lot the last 2 years being in the construction industry. been trying to keep it clean to hit, kind of every, age group. So that's kind of been my direction. I try to keep them clean. I have one song I had to put a lot of feeling on that one. That was a Nobody Knows. Oh. That's the only one it's not really good for kids to listen to, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So all your records that you do is like more. Is it more a personal feeling and everything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Kind of how I'm feeling at the time. A lot of those songs you just heard were just recently written in the last 3 months.
Oh, God.
So they're pretty fresh. So, but I got a couple new ones. I got some more up tempo stuff.
Okay.
Coming out here soon. And they'll be released here in a little while. But I'm hoping to have the last 7 songs released in about the next month, 2 months, so then I could do the album release.
All right.
And that'll be iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff. People will be able to download them and share them.
All right. Be sure to send me a link.
My TikTok. Yeah, well, I just started my TikTok a couple days ago, and that just blew up. So my daughter helped me with that one. She's 13 years old, so she helped me create the first post.
Yeah.
But everyone's telling me to get one of those, but that kind of just started, going viral a little bit too. So that was pretty exciting. But that one's just under D-Burg Productions. You got to look that one up when you get a sec.
Oh yeah, I will. So how was it growing up in Florida? Like, what made you find your inspiration as far as music? Because you said you went to pretty much college. That's what that is too.
Yeah.
So what gave you the inspiration to do music? Like, what was that? What made you go that lane?
I have a lot of family members that were in music. One of my biggest inspirations, I'd say, was my uncle. He was on the radio here for a long time. But always had me listening to music, and it would be different with him because he would always explain the music to me when I was listening to it. So I got to learn it a lot. He was big into jazz, which is kind of where I get a lot of my vibes from. I like a lot of bass and jazzy stuff in my beats, but he kind of got me into the whole music scene. And then plus, I have my other cousin. His name's Adam Santana. He's always been in bands and stuff, and so I've always been around it. Got a lot of cousins in Puerto Rico that do music as well too. They play music. Basically, we have gatherings. Everyone plays an instrument. If we just there's no music playing, we just all grab our stuff and just start jamming, and everyone starts dancing. It's a lot of fun. But I've had a lot of, as I grew up, a lot of my family members kind of influenced me. And then I just realized one day that I could express a lot of stress and stuff in it. Helps me out a lot. Kind of keeps me going. But growing up in St. Pete, though, it's a fun place to be. It's there's a lot of music going on here, and they weren't known for a long time, but there's starting to be a lot of musicians coming out of St. Pete now in Tampa area.
All right.
So it's kind of putting us up now.
All right. So what artists did you listen to growing up?
Man, Bone Thugs and Harmony,
okay.
Biggie, Tupac. Of course, everyone loves Eminem.
Yeah.
But really, my favorites were, the Tupac and Biggie. Listened to a lot of rock as a kid too, as well.
Oh, yeah.
But I would say probably trying to see who would probably be one of my favorites. Okay, here you go. One of my ultimate favorite artists is Twista.
Twista?
Love Twista and Tech Nine. Twista and Tech Nine were my 2 favorites because I like the fast flow that they got, and they're still saying some great things in the lyrics when you slow it down and listen to it.
Yeah. Because, I can hear that. I can hear that. The Twista, the Tech Nine, I can hear that a little bit in your music, a little bit of influence. But then again, you gave it your twist, and it's your voice. So, yeah. So, it's, I wanted to ask that question because I was like, because when I was listening to your music, I had to stop. I was like, I want to know you play your own instruments because it's like, nowadays with the studio and everything like that, you can like, borrow instrument tunes and stuff like that, but all yours is original. You couldn't.
Yeah, they're the ones that you were listening to, the first 2. Those are definitely, those other guys I was telling you about, super talented, and and I got some new ones I'm going to send you that I did. That's going to be the same type of vibe and feel.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I like, man. I like to rap on music that if I do a show, I can have a live band behind me doing it.
Yeah.
You know, to me, that's going to put on the best show. You know, so live instruments have always been huge.
Yeah, because that's a rare talent to have. Playing live instruments. I mean, a lot of people can't do it. You know, some tried to get me to play it. I was like, far as I could do is keyboard taps, because it's like, you know, you creating your tune that way, and it's like anything else. No, I'm not gonna step into that lane and pretend that. But you know, that's a real good thing to happen too. And before we get up out of here, I wanted to tell you my YouTube channel is a branch off my podcast radio station, which is I'm kicking that back up in like 2 more months, and it's through it's through 107.1 Shade 45 Sirius XM. So it's like the only workers I'm going to be breaking there is like up and coming artists, people that I done reacted to, of course, like you and a few others too. And it's like, you know, that's how I got when you said Eminem. I don't know if you know this kid, but he's from the Philippines. His name go by the name of Easy Meal. I've been supporting him for the past, well, it'll be a full year of me doing YouTube, and I've been supporting him ever since then. So now he's signed with Shady Aftermath and you know, and Aftermath and everything like that. And him and Eminem got a song out called Realist. So they kind of like put a smile on my face. So when he, you know, because he sent me that song directly, he was like, "Can you react to this?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool. Yeah, I got you." And you know, that's one of my success stories. And Snow the Product, I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's another one. You know, I played them on the radio. I played them on my podcast radio station when I first got up and running, because 107.1, you know, I've been trying to bug in that ear ever since I was like 15 years old. So when I finally got them to get on the phone with me, you know, it was like, you know, present us something that you're gonna bring, and then that's it. So that's when I started doing YouTube, and then they thought it wasn't gonna work, but it worked, you know. And so that's how that was. And after that, I was like, you know what? Everybody I react to, anybody I do business with, or whatever like that, they give them radio play. So it's like, you know, I just wanted to let you know that, and ask for your permission to play some of your music that they already done reacted to on the radio station.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. No problem at all.
Yeah, because yeah, I'm definitely you know, I'm definitely just not doing this for the YouTube views and everything, which is that's good, but it's like I want to do it for a real purpose, because you know, I realize that a lot of radio stations overcharge artists for radio play, and it's like you only get one spin, and you spending $10,000 to get a rush it or flush it. Like, really? I'm like, get out of here. No, that's a ripoff. That'll make somebody give up, or you know, go back to selling the CDs hand to hand. But it's like, if everything's digital right now, you know, if I could be the YouTuber first and, you know, present that first and then bring the podcast radio station upon, I mean, it's like, that's how I'm going to go. And it's going to be a traveling podcast radio station. So when it started kicking back off, you know, I want to get an interview face to face also, because I want to see that studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm cool with that all day.
Yeah. So what's the next thing? You got merch and everything that you gonna gather up pretty soon, or thinking about?
I'm working on that right now. Working on some shirts and hats and stuff. I got my webpage going. It's d-burgproductions.com. I also have an app that came out from my studio that you can get on Apple or Android. It's D-Burg Productions. You can look that up and get on there. So that's something I'm starting to get.
For all serious inquiries for the purchase of Precise Pressure brand clothing, make sure to check out all the social media sites. And also, this is where you'll be able to purchase Precise Pressure, the clothing brand itself, for all serious purchases and everything like that, which is Facebook, the business page is Precise Pressure. And also social media networks such as TikTok, that is at railwavy_ Precise Pressure. That's where you can see all of the brands of the clothing and everything like that, and all the merchandise of Precise Pressure. And then also on Instagram at railwavy_ Precise Pressure. That's where you can see the brand, the clothing, and everything like that, the merchandise. Also contact for all serious requirements for purchases also. So be sure to check out Precise Pressure Clothing and purchase WC Radio.
Trying to take it to the top of the club.
Before I forget to just mention, my goals are something that I'm trying to make achievements. I'm tired of dying out, life ain't nothing but pain. Every time I look at different nurse, I think of my name. My shit is BC, ain't nobody else like this. Come on, stop trying to check, you can't like this. I'm so overflow, I make an overflood. And that's why when I spit, I make an overflood. The verse is so real.